Alright guys, it's Tech81 back here. I couldn't do an intro this morning. I had the maintenance guy like right by my house and I didn't want to seem like a weirdo. We are at our first job. Luckily, here I'll walk you over. It's going to be an underground line. So if you look over there, those two boxes, that big box right there is power. The one next to it is either going to be phone or us. And in relation to this house, this is theirs. Electric panels here. That's the other internet box for the neighbors. This is looking like our stuff right here. So what I'm gonna do is tone it out inside, just because there's a very little nub coming out of the ground over there where their input line is. So I'm gonna take these off, tone them out, see what we're working with. Obvious squirrel chew here or some kind of critter. And that line's going to need to be replaced. If we have to use it, we'll have to run another line up to the house. Not going to be good for him because it's going to go right through his driveway. But I'll get back with you guys after I tone this out. Alright, so let's see if we can focus in here. You don't ever want to see that. Look, it's all corroded and disgusting. Probably not going to get a signal out of that. I just slapped it on here, not really looking at it, but now that I'm paying attention, which you always should do, it's a little wet and slimy, like if you stepped on wet rocks in a pond. Disgusting. So I've already fixed the squirrel chew here. This is the line going into his house. New fitting, cut back the squirrel chew, it's in there somewhere. I'm going to change this out. I'm going to try to get a nice reading. Hopefully it's all good. If not, we're going to tone it out at the tap and see what's coming out at the tap. Alright, so another teachable moment here. We changed the fitting on here. They were all molded up and corroded like the last one. I'm not sure about wherever you guys work, but generally every place gets tagged. So this place is a new connect, but it's technically a reconnect. There was no tags on the account. It happens, but it happens pretty frequently. Clearly there's tags here. So they're saved to the address usually, not the account. Before I leave, these are going to go on the account. If you get to a house that's tagless, tag it up and put it in the comments or on the account so the next person that comes out to do their job can do it correctly. Also, it didn't tell me in the comments where the tap was. It was across the street. I found it. You'll find situations like that in these low-key areas. The house could be across the street and the tap is across the other side of the street. It happens. You can spot a pedestal pretty quick. They usually look like this. That's phone, but they usually look like that if it's not right out of the tap. These are a little different. I'm actually sitting on it. That would be the cover to this. So they relatively look the same. A doghouse, what we call it, is pretty much this, but horizontal. Let's see, levels out of the tap, 12/32. They're all looking pretty even. So that's what we want to see. I'm going to head back across the street and get to work. Now we're back across the street. This is the input line going to the tap. This is the line going into my meter. This is the line going to the house. This has already been toned out. I know exactly what that is. We found the tap, toned this out. We know exactly what this is. Invested in an 8-way toner, at least a 4-way toner. Levels here look exactly what I thought they would be. 5/34 essentially. Now we're gonna go inside and do some work. All right guys, so we are back here. Cable Field Tech, whatever I name the channel, vlogs. We're doing a homeowner new connect. It just means that the home has changed hands. I don't know what the hell this is. That looks insane. Guy lives on 3L. I just happened to open it before I started recording. 3L's right here. He has a line going into his window. Now here's the thing that I mentioned before. I don't have my toolbox on me. I'm about to go get it. See, I'm not going to be able to take this off with just this wrench, so it's good to have both your 7/16. I unfortunately lost one the other night. $7 gets you a new one. And you will meet some characters, not gonna lie. In this line of work, you're gonna meet some people. This one lady already came out, looked like she been hitting the pipe all morning since 3 days ago. But I'm gonna switch all this stuff out and get back to you guys in a minute. This is why it's important to check your meter. Always depend on your meter. Don't rely on, just guessing. Now we're up here at the pole, and I'll show you why. I was getting no signal at the house. Zero, none. Come up here, right? The line looked like it was all here. Look at this guy. RG6 jumper to an RG11 drop. And listen, let me move back over here. I don't know if you can hear that squeaking in the line. The line's wet. You can tell water got in here, it's damaged. It only takes a little bit to destroy the whole line. It's not going to focus, and I don't really want to mess with it, but we're going to end up replacing this drop. Levels out of the tap, 13 over 40. You really can't go wrong with that, and it goes right to the house. It's a short drop. It's pretty inconvenient because it's a trouble call that I have to do this, but you know, it's part of the job. All right, guys, so you'll see I'm still at that job. I'm just finishing up getting the reel put back, all that fun stuff, all this cable. You know, all in all, not too bad. I probably could have just repaired the splice, but then he'd still have that splice. And splicing RG6 to 11, it's doable, but it will definitely mess up your levels. So it's better just to replace it. I was here for a modem swap, and this is how quick a job can change. I was here for a modem swap because they were having timeouts on their modem. So I get here, I go to check the levels inside because, you know, I'm like, I'll make contact anyway. I'm going inside it and I'll check the levels. No signal at all, no channels detected, nothing. So go up to the pole and I see an RG6 splice to an RG11. So I switched everything, checked the levels at the tap, checked the levels at the first ground block because he has a conduit, so he put a ground block there instead of a barrel. It doesn't really make a difference. And then the actual ground block on the side of the house, and inside he has signal everywhere. I'm waiting for the modem to lock in, and I can get out of here and take a lunch. What's going on, everybody? Clearly I am home now. Long day, busy day. The last call I had was a trouble call. I just swapped out the woman's remote and her digital box. Everything was hunky-dory after that. The previous job that I was showing you guys before, we replaced the whole drop, changed the first ground block and all the fittings that go to that ground block, and then the ground block at the house. So we changed all that stuff out, made it look great. He had perfect signal, swapped out his modem, and he was all set. So you have to pay attention to every job. That's the point I'm going to try to touch on at the end of the video here. It could be something simple. It was modem getting kicked offline for T3 timeouts. And when I went in the house, he had no signal, no channels detected, no anything. So the next logical step, go right up the pole. Don't negate going up the pole. Sometimes you can get away with it, but it's not worth it. You'll save yourself a lot of hassle in the long run. So if instead of going from the inside, then to the one ground block, then to the other ground block, then to the pole, I went right up and checked the tap. Perfect levels coming out of the tap. So we just replaced the drop. And if there's anything else that you guys want to know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll do my best to get back and let you guys have an answer. Other than that, I'm going to end the video. Hopefully send you guys one tomorrow as well. We'll see what kind of day tomorrow brings. Every day's an adventure here installing cable. Peace.